Hello everyone, welcome back. This is our lecture 1, class 9th, subject English. In this lecture, we are going to discuss one grammar topic, that is active and passive voice. Last topic we did was tenses, and you should recall the tenses rules in order to gain a perfect knowledge of this topic, that is active and passive voice. In this lecture, we are going to discuss what is the meaning of active and passive voice, then what are the rules to change active to passive voice, assertive sentences, then imperative sentences, and then we will discuss the homework solutions of the questions that were related to poem 5, A Legend of the Northland. Begin with the new topic, that is active and passive voice. Verbs and voice. Voice is the form of a verb, takes to indicate whether the subject of the verb performs or receives the action. There are two types of voice, active voice and passive voice. So voice is what? It is the form a verb takes to indicate that who is performing the action or who is receiving the action. There are two types, active voice and passive voice. Active voice indicates that the subject of the verb is acting because the subject does or acts upon the verb in such sentences. The sentences are said to be in the active voice. That means in active voice, the subject of the verb is the doer, and when the subject of the verb acts, the verb is said to be in active voice. Active voice. These examples show that the subject is doing the verb's action. For example, the dog jumped onto the boy. Right? The dog is doing. The dog is the subject, and he jumped onto the boy, that is doing the jumping, that is the verb. So subject is the doer. Christy will give a book report to the class. So Christy is the subject, she is doing, she is giving the report, verb. The computer ate my paper. The computer is the subject here and is doing the eating work, that is verb again. So active voice is the form of a verb in which the subject is the doer. Passive voice. In a passive voice sentence, the subject and object flip-flop. That means they get interchanged. The subject becomes the passive recipient of the action because the subject is being acted upon. In such sentences, the subject becomes the object and the object becomes the subject on which the action has been done. And the such sentences are said to be in the passive voice. Now the examples to show the subject being acted upon. The boy was jumped on by the dog. So boy is the subject, was being jumped on. So on the subject, the action, the verb has been acted upon. The subject is not the doer here. Instead, on the subject only the action has been done upon. A book report will be given by Christy to the class. So report is the subject and that will be given by Christy. My paper was eaten by the computer. So paper is the subject that was eaten, being eaten. That means on the paper the action has been done upon. So in this form we can differentiate between active voice and passive voice. Rules of conversion from active to passive voice. First, we have to identify the subject, the verb and the object. Then I told you the subject and the object gets interchanged. Change the object into subject. Then put the suitable helping verb or auxiliary verb. Change the verb into past participle of the verb. That means the main verb will be changed into third form of the verb, that is past participle form of the verb, and along with the third form of the verb, suitable helping verb will be supplied. we will add the preposition by, and this subject will become the object and object will become the subject. For example, Sameer wrote a letter. Subject, verb, object. Here object has been changed to subject. A letter was written. Main verb wrote changed to past participle form written. Auxiliary verb supplied was. By is added and subject becomes the object by Sameer. Remember, we never change the tense of the active voice. The tense remains the same, only be form of verb is added and suitable auxiliary verb is added in the passive voice. Now conversion rule chart, that how are we going to convert auxiliaries. Suppose if the tense is simple present, then do or does will be changed to is mr. If is mr in present continuous, that will be changed to is mr only, but in place of ing, being, be, ing will be used. If present perfect, that is has have is there, then been, ben will be used, has been, have been. If simple past is there, that is did, then was, were. If past continuous, again no change in the tense, auxiliaries will be same, only in place of ing, being will be used. Had, past perfect, then had plus been. If simple future, then will or shall plus be, will be or shall be. If modal auxiliaries are there, that will be changed to can be or must be. Now change with examples. Simple present, I do my work. My homework is done. Present continuous, I am doing my homework. My homework. Now the object has been changed to subject, my homework, and according to the new subject, auxiliary is being done. I did my homework was done. I was doing my homework, being. When ing will be there, then no change in the auxiliary, only being will be used. My homework was being done. I have done my homework. My homework has been done. I had done my homework had been done. When has, have or had, then en will be used. I will do my homework, now will be or shall be will be used. My homework will be done. I am going to do my homework. My homework is going to be done. Be is added. I must do my homework. My homework must be done. I should have done my homework. Now have. That means have plus been. My homework should have been done. Now tenses which are not changed. So out of 12 tenses, only 8 tenses are there in which the forms of verbs gets changed while changing from active voice to passive voice, but these 4 tenses remain unchanged. That is present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future continuous tense and future perfect continuous tense. So these 4 tenses remain unchanged. Now change of nouns or pronouns, that how we are going to change. I will be changed to me, we to us, you will be you, they, them, he, him, she, her, and it will be it. So do remember that how we are going to change the forms of verbs in different tenses, then which 4 tenses will not be changed. That means the sentences will be same in active and passive both. There will be no change in the form of verb. Then how we are going to change certain pronouns or nouns like I, me, we, us, you will be you, It will be it, they, them, he, him, and she, her. Now let's discuss few examples. First, Madhur offers her a flower. Offers, simple present. So which auxiliaries will be used? Is MR. So answer will be she is offered a flower by Madhur. By is added, subject, object will become subject. Next example, Vaibhav is making a loud noise. Is making ing. So what will be added? Be, ing will be added. Answer will be a loud noise is being made by Vaibhav. Next example, Arpita has forgotten her name. Now has. So which auxiliary? Has, have, or been, B-double-E-N. Answer will be her name has been forgotten by Arpita. Next example, nobody believed their fake stories. Believed. This is simple past tense. So which auxiliaries? Was, were. Answer will be their fake stories were believed by nobody. She was reading a novel of Kate Thompson. Now was plus ing, first form plus ing. So what will be added? Being, B-E-I-N-G. A novel of Kate Thompson was being read. Read, read. Read by her. She is changed to her. Next, I had watched the movie earlier. Now again I told you when has, have, had, then B-double-E-N. Answer, the movie had been watched earlier by me, or the movie had been watched by me earlier. Both are correct. God will shower his blessings on us one day. Now will. Now what will be added after will or shall? Be. So answer will be his blessings will be showered on us one day by God. Right? So these are the examples according to the change in the form of verb in different tenses. Next example, I will have owned my Audi one day. Will have. So what will be added? B-double-E-N. So answer will be my Audi will have been owned one day by me. So will have plus been, then past participle form, preposition by, subject will become the object will become the subject. These are the basic rules that we have to follow while changing the sentences from active voice to passive voice. Now modal auxiliaries. How we are going to change the sentences which have modal auxiliaries like can, could, shall, should, may, might, will, would or must. Then verb first form. Always we are using first form with modal auxiliaries. That will be changed to modal plus be plus third form of the verb. For example, she can speak Chinese. This is the same rule what we did in simple future. Will or shall plus be plus third form, same is done with modal auxiliaries. She can speak Chinese. Chinese can be spoken by her. So can plus be plus third form of the verb. Next example, we must preserve the tigers. Tigers must be preserved. Understood? So after modal auxiliaries, be plus third form of the verb. Now let's see few examples. Shubham should write homework. Homework should be written by Shubham. Next example, Simran must learn English. Answer, English must be learnt by Simran. Next, Sachin can play cricket. Cricket can be played by Sachin. You must obey the traffic rules. The traffic rules must be obeyed. I can solve this problem. Answer: this problem can be solved by me. You ought to help her. Now her will be changed to she. She ought to be helped by you. You will remain you. So in this manner, after modal auxiliaries, we are going to supply be plus third form of the verb. Rest all the rules will be same. He might kill the snake. The snake might be killed by him. Now, how we are going to change the sentences from active voice to passive voice when there will be interrogative sentences. Rule first. If any interrogative sentence starts from do, does or did, then while preparing passive voice, the candidates should use is, am, are or was and were according to the number and person of object. That means we should use is, am, are if do or does is there and was and were if did is there. Example: does he help you? So what we are going to use? Subject will become the object, you will come forward. So with you is, am, are. Are you helped by him? Next rule. When the interrogative sentence starts from is, am, are or was or were, then being, being is used after the subject and these auxiliaries will come forward. For example, are you doing this work? Passive. Is this work being? I told you. In case of ing, being will be used. So is this work being done by you? Was she reading a novel? Was. Auxiliary will remain as it is. Subject will become, object will become the subject. Was a novel being read by her? Rule 3. When the interrogative sentence starts from has or have and had, then we use been, B-double-E-N, and has, have, had will become the subject that will be used in the starting. Has he helped you? You, with you, have. Have you been helped by him? Next rule. When the interrogative sentence starts from shall, will, can and should, then they are all what? Modal auxiliaries. So what will be used? Be after the new subject, and these auxiliaries will be used in starting. Example: can he do this work? Can this work be done by him? He is changed to him. Will you teach the children? Will be used in the starting only. Will the children be taught by you? Next rule. When the interrogative sentence starts from why, when and how, then we should use them in starting of the sentences, but if who is there, then that will be replaced by whom. For example, who has done this work? Who will be changed to by whom. By whom has this work been done? When did you do this work? When will remain same, will be used in starting. When, did. So which auxiliaries? Was, were. When was this work done by you? So they were the rules to change interrogative sentences from active voice to passive voice. Now let's discuss that how we are going to change imperative sentences. Now first of all, recall what are imperative sentences? Requests, commands, orders, suggestions. The sentences which include such type of statements, they are called imperative sentences. Now rule 1 states, Sometimes in active voice we find the expression of order, request and advice. In this active voice we should find the expression of order, request and advice. Then we should use you are requested, you are ordered and you are advised, right, while preparing passive voice. For example, first active, please come here, it's a kind of request. So passive will be you are requested to come here. Next, walk slowly, advise. Passive will be you are advised to walk slowly. Go out, order. You are ordered to go out. Rule 2. Sometimes the imperative sentence starts from let. So in such type we should use be after the new subject. For example, let me teach the students. Passive, let the students be taught by me. That means in passive, let plus subject plus be plus third form of the verb plus by agent. Let them do this work. Passive, let this work be done by them. Now rule 3 states that if we find agents like one, someone, nobody, police, judge and people, then it is not necessary to mention them in the passive voice. For example, someone has beaten me. Passive, I have been beaten. The police inquired into the case. The case was inquired into. So such subjects are not necessary to be mentioned in the object. Now rule 4, if we would have to use at, with or to in instead of by, sometimes we are not going to use by preposition, other prepositions are used. For example, at is used when there is an expression of surprise, astonish, shock, alarm or disappointment. For example, his condition alarmed me. Me will be changed to I was alarmed at his condition. So in this case we are not going to use by. Your performance in this match disappointed me. Passive, I was disappointed at your performance in this match. Now to will be used after known and obliged. For example, I know him. He is known to me. With after pleased, satisfied, disgusted, impressed or annoyed. Your honesty has pleased me. I have been pleased with your honesty. Understood? So in such cases we are not going to use preposition by, we are going to use other prepositions. We should use in after interested, consisted and contained. For example, this job interests me. Passive, I am interested in this job. Now let's discuss the homework solutions. We are not going to discuss every question, only the important ones are discussed in this lecture, and all the solutions will be uploaded on EdQuark. Second question was, what did Saint Peter ask the old lady for and what was the lady's reaction? Saint Peter asked the lady to give him a cake as he was hungry. The lady did not give him a cake out of the ones that she had baked. Instead, she baked a smaller one for him. Then question number 5. Do you think that the old lady would have been so ungenerous if she had known who Saint Peter really was, and what would she have done then? Answer. If the old lady knew that who was Saint Peter, then she would not have been ungenerous. On the other hand, she would have served him well for the fulfillment of her greedy desires. Is this a true story? Which part of this poem do you feel is the most important? This is not a true story. The point of the story where the woman is turned into a woodpecker bird is the most important one. This is so because the punishment teaches that everyone the lesson to be generous. What is a legend? Why is this poem called a legend? A legend is a popular story from the past which is believed to be true but cannot be verified. It contains a moral which is narrated to the children to teach them moral values. Last question. Write the story of A Legend of Northland in about 10 sentences. So you can frame your own story also. One day Saint Peter was preaching around the world and reached the door of a cottage where this woman lived. She was making cakes and baking them on a hearth. Saint Peter was fainting with hunger. He asked the lady to give him a piece of cake. The cake that she was baking then appeared to be too big, so she did not give him that and instead she baked another small one. That also appeared to be so big that she did not give him that also. The second time she baked yet another smaller cake but found it too big to give away. In the third attempt, she took an extremely little scrap of dough and rolled it flat. This angered Saint Peter a lot. He said that she was not fit to live in human form and enjoy food and warmth. He cursed her and transformed her into a woodpecker bird who had to bore in hard dry wood to get its scanty food. She can be seen in the trees all day boring and boring for food. Now your homework is that you have to revise active and passive voice and do the question given in your English practice notebook only. This is your question 1, that you have to change the following sentences into passive voice. There are the 8 sentences and the remaining sentences are here. Total 15 sentences. You have to change them into passive voice. Do them in your practice notebook. Revise the rules and then do this question, that is change them into passive voice.